Bring it in. On this field, we all play a part. We all share a hunger. And we all have something to bring. EXFL, coming 2023.
Welcome to this edition of the X-Fan Show, the A-Train Arlington Lane. As always, my partner in crime is with me. Looks like he's coming from a different streaming area.
No, I'm still in the same area. Problem is, my computer is not wanting to work properly, so I'm streaming from my phone. For some reason, like, it didn't update, so now it's all acting a fool. So I can't do anything.
I'm sorry for you,
welcome
brother.
to my world.
I'm sorry for you, brother.
That's okay.
I really am. I really am.
No, I still love you, pal. I still love you, buddy.
As always, welcome to this edition of the X-Fan Show, Afternoon Delight. As I said, I'm the A-Train. That person is the man himself, Dirty. All right, man, we got a lot to talk about, man. Today is that day. Today is that day. Everybody's like, well, when is schedule dropping out? When is schedule dropping out?
Oh, you know what, bro? I still can get in. I just got to broadcast from my phone, right? But I'll still be able to do something that I want to do. Oh, yeah. I just now thought about that,
gosh,
you know?
Here you go. We always got to start off.
Right?
Hey, you got all your Christmas shopping done?
I do. Oh, there we go. I got it fixed, so we're good to go. My stream looks a little like dog poo-poo, but that's because I'm having to broadcast from my cell phone. Right?
All right.
It is straightened out here in a minute. That's okay.
What's going on, Andrew?
My armpit itches.
Sorry, guys, we're a little late. I know we started a little after 11 o'clock, 5 minutes over-ish though. So, but we're here. I just realized.
Well, you just kind of woke up?
Yeah, I woke up. It's
there you go.
Christmas holiday for most of the kids. Yeah.
The first thing I do want to talk about, are you ready for this?
Uh-huh.
So, I'm online and I'm looking for things to talk about, right? And I'm on LinkedIn, right?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So what I do, what?
Something's in my eye.
What?
Go ahead, keep talking, man.
Oh, that's not good, dude.
It's not.
What I do is, so I'm on LinkedIn and I'm looking, and it looks like St. Louis has hired a gentleman here in St. Louis for ticket sales. And I'm trying to remember how to spell his name because, I had it on my phone, so I was going to do it that way, but I can't. So let me try it this way. But his name is Mike something, right? Let me see. Do what?
You said something.
It starts with a G. And now I feel like, because I was literally just looking at it, and because, I had to, because my computer started acting a fool right there at the end or whatever, I had to do it this way. Let me check it this way. Because, the good thing about, there it is. I got it, Arlington. So here we go.
You finally got it?
I do. So here's what I'm going to do, because I want to show you guys something. There it is. Thank you, Mayor. Mayor had just sent it over to me in the chat. But yes, here he is, Arlington.
Can I call him Griffey?
I guess we could, but look. If you see right here, he is Chief Communications and Marketing Executive. Oh, look, XFL. Oh, look at the tie right here. Virginia University. So now if we scroll down and look at this, so let me go to his actual profile page, right? Let me go to his profile page. You're gonna follow him, Arlington. So I just connected you to him because for some reason my other computer has your stuff on here.
Yeah, you sure did. I'm like, I just popped it up and there it was, man. Like, how am I following this man?
So let me go to it because I'm trying to figure out how to do it from here. But anyways, he just announced on his, if you go to his about stuff, right here it is. Experience, head of ticket sales and services, XFL 2022 to the present. So he is now, and let's look at this. Let's look at who this guy has worked for. Ticket City, Site Hop, Stage Front Tickets, Stage Front. Let's just keep going on and on. He was a board of directors of an associations of luxury suites, American Airlines, the Pittsburgh Penguins. So he has a lot to do there, Arlington. And dude's kind of smart if you really think about it.
Yeah, I would suppose so, that you've been around some major sports franchises and then being able to be in the ticket office. You know, that's something that you got to have when you're bringing this to the table with the XFL. That's why I've keep saying so much about why the XFL should be considered more major than it is minor. But that's just my personal thought to that. The XFL should be like a legitimate major league for the spring league, for spring, you know, and not have the NFL with the partnership. I still really believe that. I even believe at some point there's going to be, if all goes well with the XFL, I don't think they need to have that partnership anymore. Because I
kind of agree with you.
They should be just a spring football league that does not compete with the NFL. There's a difference. When we talk about all the time with the old USFL, the USFL was a spring football league, but people in the executive offices wanted to make it a competitor against the NFL.
Yes.
That means go
100%.
directly against the NFL. And that would have been a huge problem. The USFL, granted, it was the longest league that lasted in the spring. But with that said, everybody knows that there's nothing wrong with having more football. But now it's trying to find the right recipe for it to sustain.
Well, I'm glad you said that, Arlington, because did you happen to watch Erica Muehlman's Hall of Fame luncheon?
Can we even watch it?
Well, it's on YouTube. Thanks to
it is on YouTube?
It is, and I actually have some of it right here, so let me pull it up. And I'm not going to play the whole interview. I'm just going to kind of scroll through because there's different things I want to talk about. And it usually starts right here around the 26-minute mark. Now, again, this is courtesy of Spark Media team. Go to their YouTube page, like them and stuff. They have a lot of stuff about the Pro Football Alliance. But here we go.
The week after Super Bowl to give those football fans the opportunity to continue to see competitive football, give them kind of a behind-the-scenes look that maybe you don't get with the NFL. We recognize that there is competition out there with other spring leagues. We just feel like through our partnerships, our head coaches, we have Hines Ward, his first opportunity at coaching, former Steelers great, Rod Woodson, Hall of Famer. He's the head coach of the Vegas team. Bob Stoops, just really solid coaches who are excited, who are competitive, who are really going to help make this a great competitive football league. So that is the plan for the XFL. My role right now is I'm the Chief Revenue Officer. I started on Team Services, is that what got me? And I have now since evolved into, the sponsorships and overseeing, the commercial business and generating the revenue.
So I'm going to stop that right there, Arlington. So, if you don't remember how Erica got this job, right? She got this job due to the fact that she worked with Russ Brandon in Buffalo. She was in Buffalo for quite a few years, did a really good job in Buffalo. And she actually started with, yes, you're right, Michael Lathrop. She put that up to Arlington right there. Oh, here, I can do that. So you're right, Michael. Very, very informative interview it was with her. I mean, so if you haven't got a chance, definitely go and watch it. It was a really good interview that she did. So, she got her chance, with Buffalo. Then she went on and did tennis. She worked with Serena Williams, stuff like that. Then she came back to Canton, Ohio, of her hometown, to start working for the Hall of Fame stuff. And then she goes on to say, like I said, the interview is very, very long. It's about an hour long. But then she goes to Russ Brandon, calls her and says, hey, I have this new job. I need a team. And you heard what she was. She started at Team Services. Now she is the director, or she is the chief revenue officer of the XFL, right?
Right.
So now let's scroll ahead just a little bit more on the interview. And you heard her talking about the head coaches. She talked about Rod Woodson. And you notice she's at the NFL Hall of Fame. So if you're there, who are the two people you're going to talk about? Rod Woodson and Hines Ward, because they're both Hall of Famers. Am I right?
I don't think Hines Ward is a Hall of Famer.
No, but Rod Woodson is, and those are the two predominant NFL players that all of these people would know. These people were probably, it seems like this luncheon is more for the people of the Canton, Ohio, and the Hall of Fame. So how much do they really know about the XFL? I don't know, but that's who she would mention. You know what I'm saying? Out of all the coaches.
Absolutely.
You need to generate revenue to help feed the machine. It's a grind, and this doesn't happen without the support of an understanding. It's not a complete start from scratch, but it's.
So here's the thing, because then somebody asked her, is this a startup, right?
Yeah.
And you just heard her say, this is not a startup, okay?
Okay.
This is not a startup. The league is already there. Now, look, you can take this one of two ways, right? Is this kind of a startup? Are they making this kind of more of a startup with the XFL by the way they're doing things? Sure, it does seem like they are treating this as a startup, in my opinion. Because it was a complete rebranding, whether people want to believe it or not. We told you guys that it was going to be a complete rebranding. We told you that things were going to be changed. We told you logos and uniforms would be changed. And Arlington, what happened?
Yeah, a lot of it was changed, man. A lot of it was changed. I won't say a lot of it, but there was some adjustments.
The Battlehawks helmet was changed. The uniforms were changed. Were they not?
Just a bit. It wasn't like a complete overhaul. There was some changes.
Dallas is no longer called Dallas. They're called the Arlington Renegades.
Again, it's back to the adjustments that's being made. Just a slight adjustment. That's all.
The Guardians are now the Orlando Guardians.
Adjustments. Just because there aren't some cities that are part of 3.0, or in my case, I call it 2.5. It's a minor adjustment.
All right, so let's go. So keep going.
Like that one. I like that. Andrew said it's a refurbishing. That's what
yeah, okay, sure. You can say, well, listen, Andrew, whatever makes you feel comfortable, say what you want. It was a rebranding. So let's go to it.
How do you provide that? What's your responsibility?
Yep. They could be all one and the same, but like NFL, for example, the NFL TV rights, the TV.
Now here's the thing. This is when they're talking about the TV rights. I want to tell you what this is. This is about the TV rights, okay? So now get ready to hear this.
If that's the case, you could have said something.
To do their own advertisers. So for us, when I was at the Browns, we would sell the in-stadium advertising that you see. We did not have the ability to sell, advertising spots or any of that. That all comes from the networks. That is why, if you look at the financial model of the NFL, the TV broadcast deals are king. And that's why it allows parity amongst all 32 teams. We talk about Cleveland and Buffalo being small markets. They can be competitive against the New Yorks and stuff because those TV contracts that the NFL does splits divide evenly amongst 32 teams. That's why they get to sell the advertising that they get to, because of the TV's paying a lot of money to show the games.
Okay.
If that makes sense, which is why the NFL setup is, in my opinion, the best setup.
So there she goes. She talked about the revenue of the NFL, right? Which I thought was very interesting on how that works out. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I thought that was really, really interesting on that. Okay.
Now
let's talk about. Okay.
Go ahead. Finish your point.
No, finish yours, because I'm going to bring it into the next point that I want to talk about.
The point I was going to mention was about what we were going to talk about myself. So we basically were on the same page. It was about the actual games themselves, right?
Yep. So here we go. We'll go back to it. And here's what she says.
So I am not sure, but I can certainly ask some friends that I have that are still there. I don't know that answer at the Village.
All right, hold on.
So we are living in a pretty economically uncertain time.
Hey, stop the tape.
You're in a place.
Stop the tape.
Yep, I did.
Stop the tape. Thank you.
I did.
We'll talk about this after the show. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and spill the beans. I know everybody wants to see it, but we're gonna go ahead and spill it now. The point is the games themselves. What day are they going to air on television? Right? And
you're right. And she said, I'll let you break the news.
Good, thank you. She said Saturday and Sundays were the games, which we already expected, right? But also to add were Thursday and Friday games that's going to be added to the mix too. So people, I know there was somebody that asked, what does that mean? You're only going to have 8 teams in 10 weeks. So what does that mean? That means that some of the weekend games are going to be removed, and they're going to be thrown on either Thursday or Friday.
Correct.
So you're gonna have at least 3 games in a given week. So that means a Friday game, and then of course your Saturday, Sunday games. Your Saturday, Sunday games are always going to be on, right? But you may not have the 2 games on a Saturday and the 2 games on a Sunday, but you're going to have at least 1 game on Saturday, 1 game on Sunday. All right, that's a given. But they're going to have 2 Saturday and 2 Sunday games on many of their weeks, and then you'll have a special Thursday or a special Friday game.
But here's the question. Here's the question. Are they really? Because she goes into the interview and talks about March Madness, right?
Yeah.
Now, when is March Madness? Saturdays and Sundays, right?
Usually those games are Thursday through Sunday, at least the first 2 weeks. So it's not going to be a huge problem. It's going to be a problem, though, because a lot of people are going to be following what's going on during March Madness. All right. And
so now if you look at it like this, no, go ahead, finish. Go ahead.
No,
finish.
that was going to say that was going to be the issue, because that was the issue for Charlie's League. Charlie's League was going up against March Madness. All right. We can't say it with the XFL because the XFL didn't really get that far. It didn't get to the point where it got to March Madness. So we can't give that example, but we can give with Charlie's League. They had actually had a chance to go up against March Madness and didn't do too bad. No,
they didn't. They didn't at all. I agree with you. They did not do bad at all. But so here's what I'm thinking. Here's how I'm thinking this. When she said the Tuesday or the Thursdays and Friday games, right? Let's really look at this. What's one of your big markets? What's one of your big markets in the XFL? Yes. What's one of your big markets in this league?
Arlington.
Is that really a big fan base? When I'm saying the bigger market, bigger fan base with big support. You would put Dallas
among the XFL.
Among the XFL teams.
St. Louis then.
Okay, St. Louis is 1, right? Yeah. Seattle is number 2. Okay, Seattle's now think about this. St. Louis is pretty much centrally located in the middle of the U.S., right? So, I mean, if you're coming from the East Coast, you're more than likely going to do a layover in St. Louis or Denver or Dallas, right?
Don't
Or
forget
if you're
San Antonio. San Antonio's a pretty big fan base too. At that.
well, they're starting to become a big fan base. They're starting to. I'll give San Antonio that. They're starting to. But I'm just saying, if you're coming from the West Coast, you're either going to stop in Dallas, Denver, or St. Louis. Okay? If you're coming from the East Coast, where are you stopping at? Atlanta, St. Louis, or Dallas, correct?
Okay.
So now you think about this. Why wouldn't you do your West Coast teams? Now, I'm not saying I have any inside information or anything like that. I'm just saying what I think, right? But why wouldn't you take like your West Coast and East Coast teams? So you have Seattle on the West, Vegas on the West, DC and Orlando on the East, right?
Right.
What if you have those 4 teams playing on Thursdays and Fridays?
I mean, I would do this. I wouldn't even do that.
Because think about it, the travel would be cheaper. The travel would be cheaper.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So
Those
you could have
games,
like
I would
I'm
almost
just saying have their home games. I'm just saying have their home games as a Thursday or Friday game.
Okay.
Just their home games.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
All right.
So
I'm getting to it.
Here's what you can do. Here's what you can do with it, right? Let's say that you decide, let's say that, again, this is just dirty speculation, okay? This is just my speculation. And this is what I think would make sense. So let's say that the XFL designates that Vegas and Seattle will play on Thursday nights, okay? They'll have Thursday night games. And then DC and Orlando will have Friday night games, okay? So you have the teams practicing in your city, in Arlington, and they fly out to the city, their respective home markets, okay? So let's say that Seattle is home against St. Louis. So then they all fly out on Wednesday. They're in Seattle, play the game. St. Louis flies back on Thursday, or flies back Friday. Now Seattle's in the market for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday to drum up more business for the XFL. They have more players out there meeting fans. Same within Vegas. Let's say that now I'll use DC or I'll use Orlando for an example. Okay. So Orlando is playing San Antonio. So they all fly in on Thursday, right? Play the game Saturday. San Antonio flies home. Orlando stays in town Saturday, Sunday to promote more business for the Orlando Guardians. The DC could do it the same way. The Vegas Vipers could do it the same way. You see what I'm saying? So by doing that's just what I would think would make more sense, because then you get the team in the city. Because if you remember when Russ Brandon was here in St. Louis with Coach Beck, he said they were going to have the guys coming to their cities. You know what I mean? A few days earlier. So by doing that, now you got guys in the cities even longer instead of just on Saturday on Sunday. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I see where Brian's coming from too. Brian said if you're talking as like TV.
I'm not talking that way. I'm
talking about fan bases. You're talking about us fan bases.
Right? XFL fan bases, right? Houston is the fourth largest market in TV and radio.
Right.
You know, you have New York, LA, Chicago, then Houston, and then Dallas is 5th. That's your 5 biggest markets in the United States.
Mike says during tournament time they should capitalize on the Texas religion. Football, focus those in-state rival games. I think maybe I'm thinking too early of it because like the season hasn't started yet. Is flex games. Like you want to see the best matchups go against each other, right? So almost leave those kind of as TBA. You know what I mean? I wouldn't even I agree. I wouldn't even make a scheduled game like who 2 teams will play because you leave that as a flex. And there could be 2 teams that could be doing hot, and then you just flip them. You know what I'm saying?
But if you think about it,
and having to play against each other, that's what I want to see on the schedule.
Right. Yeah. See, the mayor says screw flex games. He don't like flex
What's wrong
games.
with flex games, man?
He does not
What's
like the
wrong with
flex
flex
games
games?
at all.
Y'all wasn't complaining. Y'all wasn't complaining about Sunday night's flex game. Come on, man. Come on. Seriously? It's not BS. It's not BS.
So
It's
Brett's
not
asking, and happy birthday. You can take down the dirty speculation. Happy birthday to Brett. It was his birthday yesterday.
Oh, happy birthday, man.
Any news on Vegas? Look, I mean, if you watched ESPN over the weekend, ESPNU, they did a game from Bishop Gordman Stadium. To be honest, that stadium did not look very bad at all. It looked like a great stadium, right? I mean, is there any word out of Vegas yet about where they're going to play at? No, they're not. I mean, to me, it looks like they're going to play at Bishop Gordman. But look, it's the XFL. It's this regime. Do we even really know where they're going to play at? No, we don't. I have a feeling that's the reason why we haven't gotten a schedule yet. It's because we don't know where Vegas is going to be. I mean, is it a black eye? Sure, it's a black eye. But at the same time, who really cares? I mean, let's say they don't even play in Vegas. I'm going to be honest. Let's say they don't even play in Vegas, Arlington. I'm going to give you another speculation. All right, Arlington? 2 speculations on the Christmas week. 2 speculations on the Christmas week. Ready, Arlington? I'm saying they don't even have a stadium in Vegas, even though we know they do. The Charles Woodson, the Rod Woodson Sports Complex next to the Express Center. Yes. My speculation is this: Vegas is going to be a nomad team, right? And anybody who bought season tickets, a season ticket deposit, the XFL is going to flip the bill, pay for their hotel room, pay for their flight, and fly them all over the country just to go support the Vegas. And Vegas will literally win every single game and become the XFL champion without even playing a home game. That's my speculation.
That'd be some amazing stuff, don't you think? If you had a traveling team like that, barnstorming team, and they win the entire league, right? That'd be something. Barnstorming team. It's like, and look, you want to consider that a joke, fine, whatever. That's okay. But at the end of the day, they're going to compete when 2023 comes, and that's when it's going to matter. You know what? Don't they play? Ain't that Reno?
Yeah, that is Reno. Yeah, that is Reno. But I mean, you're talking Reno to Vegas is what, a 3-4 hour drive?
I mean, Raider fans will drive from California to Vegas to go see a game.
See, right here. The mayor says it's slithering into a city near you. LOL. I'm telling you, that's what's going to happen, Arlington. I'm telling you, that's my speculation. Vegas is going to be a nomad team. They're going to be a nomad team, and then they're going to fly all of their fans all around with them. Take that off. I can't take it off, Arlington. I can do right here. There we go.
All right, took it down.
And then they're going to fly all over the UDOS, and Vegas and Rod Woodson and the Vegas Vipers are going to slither in, and they're going to whoop everybody's butt, and they're going to win the XFL championship.
This is Andrew's thoughts. I'm thinking they get a refund. They end up at the hub in Arlington.
Well, how far is Vegas from Arlington?
That's a good question.
Here, I'm going to Google it. Since I can use my computer, I just can't broadcast on my computer.
Yeah, you can use other things, right?
Yeah, for some reason, like my headphones won't connect. I'm Googling it now. You keep talking.
Yeah, I'm trying to see. Oh, about 2 hours. 2 hours and 40-some minutes, almost 3 hours.
By plane or by driving?
By plane. Well,
you did it by plane?
Think about it. It took 3 hours to get from Vegas to Houston for me, right?
Right.
So a little over 3 hours. So Dallas.
I'm talking about driving.
Oh, driving?
Oh, God dang. That's a 17-hour drive. Whew.
Said my favorite son. 29 months. No, you talking about the city in Arlington. Okay.
Listen, Brian, if you didn't watch Erica's interview, we got a lot of news yesterday from her. You know, and then put up Michael Lathrup's. Put up Michael Lathrup's.
Right. This is a good comment. If she's saying that they're going to play in their market, that means something has been secured. Something has been secured in Vegas. So the question is, what?
I agree with you. Like I said, you guys, this is what we're mainly talking about on this show is that interview. She mentioned a lot of good things. And the one thing, what I really like what Erica did is she mentioned St. Louis and Seattle. St. Louis and Seattle. She kept talking about St. Louis and Seattle and about the fan bases there and how, you know, they need to grow the other fan bases and stuff like that. The Vegas Vipers all filled up with no place to go.
No, that's not what he said. He called them the Wipers. That's what he called.
I know what he called them.
I'm not going to post that up. But anyway, my point, well, you nailed it. The reason why she mentions those, she's the chief revenue officer. So you can't sit here and tell me that she did not do any research on 2020 stuff.
What did she say?
And what made it work, right? When you mentioned St. Louis and Seattle, those were the two markets that had the biggest when it came to merchandise, when it came to ticket sales.
And you know, the sad thing in Arlington is I had this video pulled up and I had it time stamped on my computer, but I can't use it.
Can't use it at all. Darn it.
Damn. I like this right here. Dragons fly, Battlehawks fly, Vipers slither, Defenders and Guardians just hang out.
I know what you said, but I'm talking official news from XFL's and scheduling a single ticket sale day. Hey, before Christmas, you'll get that information.
Right, exactly.
That's A-Train speculation. That's A-Train.
Right, you got to remember, Arlington, I've been posting videos on my Twitter page, counting down.
I'm kind of surprised that you did that.
I know. Got to support the league, bro. Got to support the league, brother. But if you think about it, Arlington, we're a day. Do you know what day we're at, Arlington?
What? So today's the 20th, right? So we're looking at 59 days?
London Fletcher Day.
59 days?
Uh-huh.
Woo!
Hey, put up with what the doctor said. Right? Yeah, that's a lot of people. No, not that. I want to put this up right here. A lot of people are saying that they're griped that they're not that they sold out of the big guy hoodies. You are absolutely right. A lot of people are mad about that.
But that was expected.
I get that. Right, yeah. Exactly. And he says he's heard the schedule is coming out tomorrow. I mean, maybe. I mean, we've had some conversations.
What do you expect? This is a good question. What do you expect for Orlando? You know what? Let me tell you something. In Charlie's league, Orlando did well, attendance-wise.
Yeah.
Them and San Antonio were the top two teams in the league. You know, if you compare that to St. Louis and Seattle in the XFL. And forgive me for not giving them as much credit as they should be given because Orlando does love professional football. It showcased that with the Apollos and Charlie's league, right? So at this point right now, look at it. You could have, sir, 6 teams that'll do fantastic, maybe even 7 in attendance. And I know we utilizing Vegas as the bottom feeder, and I hate doing that because they can still get a capacity of 100% with 5,000, 10,000 people in it.
You know what? I'm going to give another speculation.
What you going to give now, sir?
I'm going to give another speculation. Are you ready?
I'm going to if you say something stupid.
I'm not. Another speculation. The Vegas Viper ticket will be the hottest ticket in the XFL and the most sought after and resold ticket.
Really?
In the entire XFL.
So?
Yes.
Well,
that's not true.
Hold on. Wait. I'm gonna get that. It said Guardians was at the Cure Bowl last Friday. Okay. Now, like I said, I can't think of the guy's name. The guy that was over.
Corey?
No. He was a general manager over with the Apollo, not the general manager, but the team president. What was his name? It's there. Michael Waddell.
Oh, yeah.
When I say he pushed so hard, he was like Kurt Hunzinger with St. Louis. Pushed him so hard to get people out there. And he made sure that where they played at was UCF, the bouncy house is what they called it. And I think that's what they call it for UCF anyway. But my thing is, they had great attendances. They had 25,000 or so people each game that they had. So they were awesome when it came to attendance. So that tells me right there that Orlando, still hungry for professional football, is still a great city where they could do well in attendance and can potentially match what the other XFL cities such as St. Louis and Seattle can do.
I agree with you. Now, Arlington, put up what the good doctor said.
All right. Do you guys think that the XFL is dropping the ball by not advertising during NFL games? No.
Well, that just happens to be, we played the video in the beginning of the show, just happens to be what was on.
Bring it in. On this field,
And this is all courtesy to Greg Parks of XFL board. Go ahead. You got the video up?
And we all have
Or do I need to get it?
The XFL coming 2023.
Hello? Can you hear me now? Can't hear me anymore?
I just played it. I just played the video. You didn't see it? How did you not see the video? Why did you just flip me off? Now I can't hear you. Unmute yourself. I can't hear you.
There you go. Okay.
Oh, yeah. That was in last night's Monday Night Football game. And that actually will bring us to our next point, Arlington. And you said that was courtesy of Greg Parks, right? That's where you got the video from.
XFLboard.com, yes.
XFLboard.com. Dirty has got what? More than hot water. There's no vague. Okay. Just okay. Say what you want. Say what you want. Remember, you guys all say I'm nuts and crazy on this show, and we don't know what the hell we're talking about. But the crystal ball has been a little fuzzy, but it's always been right. Say what you want.
Can't stand it, man. I can't stand it.
But am I lying though, Arlington? Am I lying?
No,
Exactly.
But back to the good doctors.
Back to the video.
Yeah.
Okay. Go on. You were wanting to say something.
I said, I asked you this question. Do I think that the XFL is dropping the ball? No, they're timing this. You don't want to do it too early. You don't want to do it too late, and people are thinking, oh, it's too late to do it. No. Trust and believe. That first one is going to be the start of ramping up advertisements and getting in people's mindsets that the XFL is coming, right? So you drop that little nugget in. And people saw it. That was the point, Dirty. When people saw the ad, they posted the ad. So what you done is you planted the little nugget. And once you get that, it went out to social media. As soon as social media started getting a hold of it, then people started talking. Maybe it can be a negative impact or what? It's still being discussed.
And look, you got that off of Greg Parks' off of Greg Parks from XFL News Board. First thing I pulled up on Twitter was Reed's Markcast. It was on there. So it's smart right here. Just like he says, 60 days away. 60 days away was timely to start the advertising campaign.
It wasn't bad. It's not bad.
And you think about it, in that interview, again, we're going to go back to Erica Molman's interview. Somebody asked her about they were talking about TV. And she straight up said they are broadcasting on ESPN, ESPN2, ESPNU.
No,
FX.
not you.
Oh, not you? Okay, my bad.
ABC will get those games. ABC will get those games.
They're not going to Fox. They're not going to NBC. They are strictly staying in the Disney world. So now what does that mean? They're taking all of the revenue. They're not going to pay somebody to broadcast their games when they have all of those markets to do it. people. And like, look, right here what the good doctor says. Right here, he goes, Dirty may be goofy, but he's not wrong. Vegas eats up any new sports team. Remember, the hotels can give away tickets at comp. Now, Arlington, you remember when we were in Vegas? They were, hey, would you like tickets to go? Arlington, we had a chance to get free tickets to go to the Golden Knights.
Right.
The Golden Knights. We had a chance to go to the Golden Knights, but we had to get up early the next morning to go to the draft, so we didn't take the tickets. But I mean, they're going to give away the tickets, and they're going to do the exact same thing in Orlando because Camping World, Camping World is right there. And look at who they hired in Orlando. The guy that they hired over their tickets was an international ticket guy, international tourist guy. So they're going to be giving away tickets in Orlando and in Vegas. That's how they're going to get it. The markets where they're not having the stuff going, that's how they're going to get those people in. You know what I mean? You're right, Jared. The casinos have so much money. Yes, we did because we had to be up at 6 o'clock in the morning to go to the Golden. To go to the,
hey, we got to make sure we got up, man. Come on now. I'm sorry. As much as hey, I passed it up, but I will not pass it up again. I don't care what the next situation may be. I'm not passing it up. And then what's crazy was the following week, sir. When we left, that's right, ESPN Plus. We have the games.
Exactly.
The following week was those college basketball classics in Vegas. So you want to sit here and tell me, and there were people that were coming into town for those classics. So that lets you know right there, as you can see, this Vegas is a sports city. It's a destination city. Orlando, a destination city. They will be fine. I kid you not. There will be fine. Putting ticket packages for these particular events, say, hey, for you choosing to be with our hotel, we'll add 2 tickets or 4 tickets to this package that you can go enjoy the XFL game on us.
And right there, look what the good doctor just said right there.
Sir, we walked in the Caesar Sportsbook. Me and you. We walked in and saw that big sports book. So you gonna sit here and tell me that Vegas is not gonna do anything just because they don't have a venue right now, sir? It's like it's being said. That's a destination sports city. Everybody wants to be there. Hey, and throw that on the chair at the bottom. Remember, we drove past where they're gonna be at.
Yep, we did.
We drove by their Formula One track that they're gonna be at. So that lets you know flat out.
And you remember, Arlington, we drove by the new soccer stadium they were building.
We did. We sure did.
We drove by the new building they were building, the Black Dome, the Black Sphere that they were building for the basketball team they won. So I mean,
you can't sit there and tell me that Vegas Vipers won't get fans.
No.
You serious? Especially the way the Raiders and God forbid, especially how the Raiders won this past weekend was exciting as hell, and I was glad to see the Patriots.
If you think about it, yeah, I'm glad you said that about the Raiders, Arlington. So if you think about it, think about what's going on in Vegas right now with the Raiders, in Mark Davis, and the John Gruden, in the NFL lawsuit, right?
Yes.
John Gruden has released a whole lot of emails being corresponded through coaches and owners and stuff like that in his lawsuit. So Mark Davis might be in trouble and have to be forced to sell the Raiders. Just kind of like what's his name in DC is being forced to kind of sell. His hands being forced to sell the Reds or the Commanders. Yeah. So I mean, look right here. You know, the doctor says it right here. They already have the land for the Oakland A's to move. It's just a matter of time. You're absolutely right. It is right here. Las Vegas entertainment capital of the world. They were advertising Vegas during the World Cup. No relation to soccer either. So it's an international thing. So, I mean, regardless of how much we want to be pissed off at the XFL but we don't know what happened with the deals. why they didn't secure a venue for Vegas. I mean, again, Erica kind of alluded they are playing in all 8 cities. So to me, that means they have something in place. They're just not ready to announce it yet for Vegas.
Exactly. You gotta, as much as we hate it, we've hated it for even back in 2019. And it makes you, again, and we mentioned it on the show before, it makes you wonder, what was the scenario for 2020, right? Did they decide to rush everything when they didn't have everything prepared? Right? And it was like with Kurt Hunzinger, he took the ball and literally ran with it, made sure that we want St. Louis to be one of the best, if not the best, XFL city out of the 8 teams. And granted, as it may seem, it may not be as a big, tall task for Brandon Williams now that he's in that situation, because the foundation has been laid. People knew about the Battlehawks. So it may not be as hard. I know we talked about it behind the scenes. Like, man, it may be difficult for Brandon, to get out there and get, push the Battlehawks, or anybody that's in the league now that's in that position to push out, getting people to be a part and support the league. I don't think it's going to be that big of a problem. Maybe for Vegas, but I can't even say Vegas, because Vegas is destination, right?
Right.
I don't think it's going to be that big of an issue this time.
Now, see, Jared just put something up. Someone wants the XFL Vegas.
He read something that happened above, right? Something that happened above.
Right, yeah. Now, so I just Googled it, right? Now, it's an hour and 15-minute plane ride, okay?
From Vegas to Reno?
You could buy it for $1.50 or $54, but as a drive, it's almost 7 hours. Look, and again, if you go and read the Business Journal, Brandon said he is going to pick up where Kurt left off at.
That means in St. Louis. In St. Louis, you got to do the arch honors.
All right,
I just lost dirty. Oh,
can you hear me?
You got to do the arch football honors. I know we mentioned that before. If you do that, I guarantee you're gonna get a whole bunch of fans in St. Louis that's gonna love that. Now, with Vegas, when they have the year time in this stadium wherever they play, it's not gonna be a long tenured thing. It's gonna be a progression. Hey, Paris, how you doing? Welcome to the show. Yes, I understand Renegades do rock and Choctaw Stadium. Hey, that means, Jimmy, you better get Choctaw Stadium rocking. You know what I mean? Like,
I have a feeling Jimmy will.
Exactly, especially where he is. But
right.
XFL cities need to be, now's the time. The advertisements are starting to come out, right? You know about the TV deal. So every game is going to be on either ABC, ESPN, or Hulu.
And think about it. That's all their money. That's all their money that they get to keep because of where they're going to broadcast their games at. All the revenue that they sell, guess what? They get to keep all of that revenue also. Yeah. So, I mean, look, you can sit here and say what you want, that this regime is being asinine or non-transparent. Listen, you go watch. Yeah, Brian says it right here. The FX has started advertising XFL games. You go watch that interview that Erica did, and that literally is the most transparent this ownership has been in 30 months now. In 30 months. Look, and I'll give you another good interview to go listen to. Go listen to the Player 54 interview with Michael Lathrop, where he talked to Dean Blandino and he talked to the mayor, and listen to that. There were some really good things in there that they talked about in those two interviews.
One of the things I'm glad that you mentioned that with Dean Blandino was the Giants and Commanders game. There was a lot of atrocious calls that was made in that game.
I'm glad you said that. Keep going, Arlington. I'm glad you said that. Keep going.
One of the things that was mentioned was what kind of refs that the XFL was going to have, and that wouldn't make those similar mistakes. I don't see that happening, but even if because mistakes are going to be made, come on, man, let's just be honest. But something as blatant, somebody tried to tell me that it was it was a bad call. Yeah, there were a lot of them. There were a lot of the missed pass interference at the end of the game, like clear cut, like
the piggyback ride.
That's basically what it was
in Houston. Look, if anybody tells me, if I hear one person say, "Oh, the XFL play," I'm going to say a bad word on the show, Arlington. If anybody,
keep it in context. If
anybody says that the XFL play is dog shit, I'm going to go back and tell them, watch week 15 of the NFL. Watch week 15 of the NFL. Because that was some garbage that we saw. Look, I'm not even a Chiefs fan, right? Everybody knows I am not a Chiefs fan. But I just saw a very interesting stat that the crew that refereed the Chiefs game this week has penalized the Chiefs more than any other team in the last 10 years. The thing I liked what Dean Blandino said is each replay is done in the home cities, right? Nope, not with the XFL. He said he's been advocating it for years to get it to be in a centralized location in the NFL. They're doing it now with the XFL. They are doing it as a centralized replay center.
Well, you have to in this case.
You have to. In this day and age with technology, I mean, look, I'm broadcasting on my cell phone. I mean, I know my screen doesn't look the best because of where I'm sitting at, but I'm broadcasting from my cell phone to do the show live. Yeah, look, right here. Andrew says it. Hell, watch the whole season. How many low-scoring games has there been? You're absolutely right. So if I hear one person bitch and says, "Oh, the XFL's garbage,"
that's being done. That's being
the only
done
reason why we
because
say it's garbage is because it's around for 100.
And just trolling at this point. Because I know of somebody personally that wonders why in the hell and I still want the XFL to succeed. And the reason why
I want the USFL to succeed. I want the CFL to succeed. You know, I mean, I actually liked it
professional football at the end of the day.
Right. I liked it during COVID when you could turn on a CFL game and just watch the gameplay. I mean, I think they should incorporate a lot of the CFL rules. Hey, the WNBA is not too bad to watch, depending on the team that you watch.
Brian
what does that say on TNT?
Big opinion. What is the biggest WTF moment? Would the Vikings come back or the Raiders win? I don't know, man.
Well, considering what the Vikings did, that was the first time that a team came back from 33 points, 33-0.
Yeah,
and win a game.
And the Patriots. That it's hilarious that it was the Patriots that did that. So, I gotta say the Vikings come back because for that, Matt Ryan has lost twice over 25 points. One in the biggest game of the season, and one in even though it was a regular season game, it still was a massive deficit. And it just showcased that NFL analysts shouldn't be head coaches right away. That's what that meant. But anyways,
we are. What shit? It's already noon.
It's noon, yeah. But we started late, so
I know. But I'm fat and I'm hungry, and I got to eat.
But yeah, folks. Hey, do not worry about what's going on. That certain cities don't have venues lined up. Actually, they kind of do. They're just not telling you yet.
It probably is lined up. We just don't know it. Look, and we're and what next week is the end of this week is Christmas, so we won't be broadcasting. Yeah. Right, we won't be broadcasting next week. We'll be taking the week off for the new year.
You sure? Unless something new come up. Unless the good stuff come up, man, I'm doing
Right,
I'm doing
unless something major drops, then we'll be on. But if that's why I think we'll see something. We'll probably see something right after we go off the show. I have a feeling. Here's what I'm going to give another speculation. Are you ready, Arlington? I'm going to give another speculation. I have a feeling that we're going to start seeing in the next, I'm going to say within the next 12 hours to 48 hours before Christmas, people in their respective markets.
Don't you know it?
That's what I'm saying.
Don't you know it?
Yes, we will be here.
We'll be here.
If the schedule drops. And when it does, don't come yelling at us when we told you guys that there was going to be Thursday and Friday games.
Hey, special shows on deck before Christmas, man. Hey, we might be here all week, the rest of the week. Who knows?
What?
We might even be here the rest of the week. This week.
Maybe. This week, maybe.
This week.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, exactly.
Depends on how I feel with you people.
You love them. The fans love it, man.
For some reason, I don't know why they like us, but they do.
That's right, baby. That's right. Andrews, I love him, man.
4-hour shit. That's a lot of coverage. I mean, we could probably do it. Like if you go back to some of the old shows, you know. I want the San Antonio Fan Fest hot dog guy to promote the Brahma games. That guy would be good to promote the Brahma games. That dude was pretty stellar, man.
Yo.
That dude was pretty stellar.
Hey, shout out to my people over at the that happened at the Fan Fest. Everybody from the Smoking Guns podcast, RC, Warren. I saw Andy that was there.
Yeah.
Oh, Brian. Those are going to be the most magnificent. When the season starts, those are going to be the shows you want to watch. Those are definitely going to be
God. You better hope some teams. You better hope some teams start playing. You better play good or not.
Hey, it won't be the afternoon delight for sure. After then, we'll still be in the afternoon, but it won't be delightful.
There you go. Jimmy goes, I got something working through the Renegades. And listen, guys, you guys want to grow this fan base? We need to do some of these fan fests. I mean, look, we see that they don't have enough people in place right now with the XFL. We saw in the Business Journal where they said, at that time, what was that, last week, they only had Brandon Williams and Brian Stahl on staff. Today they just announced Mike. What'd you say his last name was, Arlen?
I said Griffey because that's what it looked like.
Right, Griffey, but it's not that. It's Gumphrey. They just hired him. Yeah, they just hired him. So, look, you guys want to do a fan fest? Put it off. Put a fan fest on. Do it. You want to do a fan fest? Let us know. We'll help promote your fan fest like we did with San Antonio. I know Michael Lathrop is working one for it in Orlando. And now we got Jimmy, who's working one for the Renegades. Well, we're working one here for the St. Louis. Yes, the ticket guy, Andrew. Yes, the ticket guy. They hired a guy for the tickets. He is the head over the tickets. We're working one on for St. Louis. I know Arlington's starting to get into some contacts with some people in Houston that there's going to be doing one. I know that Holly up there in Seattle, she's the social media gal. She's doing a bunch of them up there. DC just hired a social media person. They're doing the fan fest. But look, if you, the fans, want to do one, then put one on yourself. Show the league, hey, we want our football. We want our teams. Get them to bring your jerseys. Because that's what they did in San Antonio. We kept promoting it.
That DC.
And look And look what happened. Boom. They showed up with the jerseys. DC, they did one. They did a fan fest in DC. What they show up with? The jerseys. You know, this is a new day and age, people. This is a pop-up day and age. So over the next few weeks or months leading into kickoff, you never know where I might pop up around the city of St. Louis. Never know.
After the show,
catch
Brian.
that?
After the show.
What happened? What is that?
After the show, don't worry about it.
Oh, I just hit the wrong one. I'm just scrolling down. I can't see.
Nah, it's gone.
You removed it?
It's gone.
Oh.
After the show.
Okay. Whatever. Is that it? Are we done? Because I'm done.
You finished?
I ain't
You
making
ready to get off? You done now?
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah,
making
so-
a tweet today. This is my tweet.
Your hour-long
59
tweet.
days. London Fletcher Day here in St. Louis. If you
It's
haven't got your
London Fletcher
tickets,
Day
go to
for XFL, right?
XFLtickets.com and get your season tickets.
Right.
That's
I
it, I'm
understand.
done.
Single game, yeah, all that stuff, single game schedule and stuff. We should get it before Christmas, hopefully. I'm hoping myself. Dirty, thank you as always, man. You're always a delight when you come and do this show. You bring perk up.
I look much better. I look
do
much
feel much
better
better?
now on the screen. I
You
look
do?
much better on the screen. No, I don't look
Did you do a switch off before my eyes?
No, dude, I had the other screen up.
All right.
I had the one
Hey,
computer that I used as the producer computer up.
listen,
My main
folks.
computer won't let me broadcast.
Listen, folks. Make sure
What?
you go tell your people. Follow us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitch. Follow us on YouTube. All right. Share it.
Oh yeah, no, don't do that.
Subscribe.
Don't do that.
Why not?
Because I don't want them to.
You don't want them to.
No, listen to
Okay.
Arlington. Don't listen to me.
Subscribe today to our X-Fan show. When we go live, you can find out when we go live every week. You go on YouTube, like I said, go on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook. We're there. Follow us on Twitter at X-Fan Show. Still waiting for the Emmy nomination. Yeah, I don't know about that one. They don't
I'm
love
starting
us.
to get hangry.
They
starting to get
don't,
hangry.
they don't love us, Brian. They don't love us as you think. All right, man. We about to get up out of here. Sir, don't have
What?
too much fun.
I know. I'll see everybody. What about tomorrow, guys? Well, tomorrow at 8 o'clock, you can watch the X-Fan Show B-Hawk edition.
Fill the top.
Fill the top edition. I'll have some fans on with me. And on Thursday at 11 o'clock Central, the X-Fan Show returns. Other than that, I'm not saying anything because it ain't time to say it yet. So have a good day.
See you later, y'all. We're out.
How do I remove myself?
Old man stuff.